The last 8 weeks, I've been completely dedicated to learning how to trade meme coins profitably. This is the wallet that I started 30 days ago, and as you can see, we're up $28,000 on it, and in the last 7 days, we're up $11,500. I don't claim to be the best trader. There are definitely a ton of traders way better than I am out there. I've only been doing this for 8 weeks, but I have become profitable pretty quickly, and I think there's a lot of good information that I can share with you guys that I learned along the way. This video is going to be specifically talking about Solana meme coins. Now, a lot of the information probably carries over, as you can trade these meme coins on things like ETH and Tron as well. But for this video, I'm going to be just covering Solana, as I think that is where most of the attention is in the market at the moment. Now, if you don't already have Solana, you're going to need to get some. Obviously, the main 3 exchanges I would recommend are Binance, Coinbase, or Kraken. And then once you have your Solana, you're going to want to send that over to a Phantom wallet. If you don't already have Phantom wallet, you can just go type in Phantom wallet on Google and download the extension. You can also buy Solana on the Phantom wallet, I believe, but I've never actually done that myself. Now, once you get your Solana on your Phantom wallet, you're going to want to go down to the description of this video and click on the BullX link. That's going to give you access through Telegram to BullX Neo, which is exactly what you see here. This is the most advanced trading platform out right now. Most of the top traders are using this. This is what I use every single day. And when you first get on here, it is definitely a lot. There's a lot going on. So I'm going to try to just give you guys a rough understanding of what you're looking at here. The first thing I recommend is just coming up here and clicking on Solana so that we're only seeing Solana tokens, as that's what we're trading. We don't want to be seeing any Tron tokens. Also, over here on the right, you can see these charts. I think it adds a little bit too much clutter. If you want to turn that off, you can leave it on if you want. I tend to leave it off. I don't think we need to see them. I think it just adds a bit too much clutter to the screen, so I like to turn that off. Now, over here on the left, we have new creations. New creations is all of the new tokens that are being created in real time. So every single thing that you pop up here is a brand new token. Any one of these that comes out could end up being the next huge token. Now, 99% of these new creations are going to get basically 0 buys at all. And that's kind of where some of these skills and information come in, so that you can start to actually figure out what you should be buying over here. Now, the second column is the About to Graduate tab. Basically, when new creations are made, as people start to buy them, Solana goes into what is called the liquidity pool. And as that liquidity pool fills up, I believe once it gets to 85 Solana, I could be off slightly on that number, the coin will then migrate. So all trading will be paused on it, and it will be stuck here migrating. We don't actually have any migrating currently, but it will basically stop you from trading. None of this will be available. And after a couple of minutes, or sometimes even less, it will then graduate over to Radium, and that's where it can be accessed by a lot more traders. And this is where the coin can go to infinite prices, basically. And so that is obviously what this graduated tab is. This is any coin that has come through new creations, gone all the way up to graduate, filled, and then graduated and done whatever it's going to do after that. Some of these coins go straight down to 0 after they graduate. Some of them start to slowly climb up, and some of them just go absolutely nuts right away. Now, there are a couple of different ways that you can trade these coins. What some guys will do is they will trade new creations, and so they are always focused on every single new creation that comes out and trying to find the next good coin at the very lowest price, so they can get in really, really early and hit very, very crazy gains. Now, the problem with this style of trading, especially if you're newer, is that you're not going to know what a good coin is when you first see it. So it's very, very hard to actually predict what's going to be good if you're not already a good trader. So what you'll find yourself doing is thinking something might be good, but not realizing maybe it's been done many times before, or it's a scam or whatever. And you're going to click in, you know, you might be this guy that buys right here, and then the dev sells rugs and you've lost, right? And this could happen 20, 30, 40 times in a row if you don't actually know what you're looking for. Even the guys who are the best at this lose a decent amount, but they're good enough that they're winning enough times, and the amount that they're winning when they do win is more than making up for those losses. Now, the strategy that has worked the best for me so far, and that I would probably recommend for most newer traders, is focusing on this About to Graduate tab and the Graduated tab. Pretty much what I like to do is sit here and wait until something is migrating. Oh, as you can see, we got something migrating now. And what I would do then is just click on, say, the Twitter. I'd also click on the chart to just make sure it doesn't look too suspicious. This is definitely pretty suspicious, as it has been super, super sniped. But let's see what this even is. Twitter account just got created. We could Twitter reuse it. Oops. Twitter reuse. See if it's been reused. It has. It got changed like 20 days ago. So I would expect this to probably rug pretty quickly. The Twitter's already been reused many times. It got sniped like crazy. I mean, let's see what happens with it. I would suspect that this will most likely go down. Sometimes these will get a little bit of early pump before they go down, but something that's been reused that many times and got sniped this heavily is definitely suspicious to me. Yeah, and there it seems like it's kind of fully dumping out now. So yeah, and that's a good example of some of the tools right there, but that's basically the strategy I would use. Now, if we'd have looked in this, Twitter was new and hadn't been reused a bunch, and then maybe we would have gone over to the website and seen, okay, the website seems good. It seems like it works. Maybe this is something that I would have decided to bid. There you go, and the dev sold now. So now we know it was definitely a rug. But that's basically actually a really good example of how I like to trade these coins. Obviously, that one wasn't one that we wanted to buy, but in a different scenario, it could have been something that we got in on, and then we would have played it from there, right? And so by using this strategy, obviously, yes, you're not buying at the very, very bottom, but you are seeing literally everything that comes through. So no coin that goes viral can pass through without you seeing it here. So that's why I like to trade this way. I find it a lot safer. I find it a lot easier for me to take my time and find things that are good while I kind of improve my knowledge and improve my abilities to be able to snipe things that are good at the very, very bottom. The other thing that's really nice about this trading style is that you don't have to be as dialed in. When you're staring at new creations, you pretty much have to be staring at those things for like 12 to 16 hours a day at least, because you have to know everything that has already passed through and been redone. Whereas if we're up here, we have the time that we can go relook something up and see, oh, has this been done before? Is there already one that's out? And we can also be handling like, other work if you work or whatever at the same time as we just find stuff that pops into here. I personally think that the hardest thing when you're first starting out is finding the good coins. So this is a really good way to actually start filtering through things that are getting a decent amount of attention and kind of slows everything down for you a little bit. Now, another really good resource for starting to learn what are good meme coins and what you should be looking for is Twitter. And I'd recommend following this guy called Melometrics. I got put onto this guy really early when I first started trading. And basically what he does is he will do a daily recap for meme coins every single day. And he occasionally drops little guides and stuff like that as well, which can be helpful. But I would recommend coming and reading these every single day and just kind of getting caught up on what did good, right? What coin ran to what day, what sort of narrative was it behind? Like these are all the AI coins that did good. These were New Year coins that did decent. And this was just kind of like some random other stuff. And then what you can do if you want to even go further with this is then go look at the coin and try to do some research on it and see why maybe it got as much traction as it did get. This is one of the best ways for staying really tapped in with what's going on in the current meta and being able to kind of stay ahead of what the next good coins might be so that you can start seeing them earlier and earlier and you're not actually chasing these coins once they're already blowing up. And so I actually want to show you guys a call that kind of relates to, being tapped into the meta and knowing what's going on in the current scene. It's this coin BBG. I actually called this out in my Telegram. Where's my Telegram? Right here. You can see yesterday at about 10:40 a.m. right here where I bought 10:40 a.m. We called this out at see if we can get the picture bigger, at about $152,000 market cap. And it actually came a little bit lower than that at the time. And I kind of gave my explanation on why. This was a coin based off of Unicorn Fart Dust, which is a super, super viral coin at the moment. And it's basically a beta play to that. And I knew that this guy, Ron, who is the creator of the Unicorn Fart Dust coin, was going to talk about this BBG coin on his stream again. It was a giveaway. It was a, let's see if I can actually pull up. I think this might be gone because it's already happened. See if we can pull up the tweet. Yeah, here we go. So he was raffling off this bubblegum machine with Bitcoin in it, basically, to do like I think it was for charity or whatever. Yeah, okay, yeah. I'll go. Okay, no, so it goes to Susie's Christmas gift. I don't know who Susie is, but nonetheless, he was raffling this off, and I knew that he was going to be going live later on this morning. I didn't know exactly when, but I had been waiting for this coin to bottom out in price because it had gone really crazy the day before when he talked about it, but it was a 24-hour raffle. So people like really front ran it, bought it up. And I waited almost an entire day for people to kind of forget about the narrative because things move fast in this space. So I knew that people would forget about it eventually. And so early the next morning, before I knew he was going to go live, I basically came in and told the guys in the Telegram what my thesis was. And that I thought it was probably a decent coin if you wanted to look into it and buy. And, we got a decent 5x. I didn't personally get a 5x. I was hoping we might go a little higher. So I saved some of my bag. And then when I realized that this was probably about where we were getting out, I closed the rest of my bag. But I sold about half of it up here. and then closed it on the way down. And so that's a really good example of why you want to be extremely, kind of tapped in with what's going on currently. You can find these really, really easy plays sometimes. So I want to talk a little bit more about what has the potential to be a viral meme. You can never really know, but there are definitely certain things to look out for, like really famous animals. Very popular things on, say, TikTok have done really well. Things like Chill Guy. Let's see if we can find Chill Guy. Chill Guy, this ran up to some absurd amount. Yeah, this went crazy. I actually completely underrated how popular this was. Let me turn off the wallets that I track. It's a really cool Bullx feature, but it does clog up the charts on these ones that go crazy. This ran up to like 700 and something million in a really short period of time. So that's one. I think the Huzz was another one. Is it the Huzz or was it just Huzz? I think this might be it. Yeah, this had a brief run up to about 40 million. And so these are really popular things on TikTok. I think there's one Winter Arc as well. Maybe this was it. Yeah, this ran up again to like 30 something million. So you can kind of see, you got to keep in mind on these TikTok ones, especially though, is the narrative shifts fast over there. So these are the type of ones that you got to get in early and, get out fairly quick, because it's probably not going to last very long, to be honest. Like this only lasted, it started pumping here November 19th, and it was pretty much done, let's say around here, the 20th. It was like about a 1-day pump on this coin. So keep that in mind. Some of these things don't last as long as others. And then one of the other really popular ones is like current events, really kind of things that are getting a lot of news coverage. For example, the United Healthcare killer Luigi. This ran up really fast. I actually completely fumbled this play, which is really disgusting out of me, but it happens. Sometimes these ones can be hard to judge where they're going to top out, and it just happens. That's just part of the game. Sometimes you got to be okay with making mistakes when you play these out. But this ran up to 77 mil, give or take, and we ended up losing 5 souls, so we lost like about $1,000 on this. I was just super tilted this day, played that completely wrong, but again, it's part of the game. You've got to be willing to lose in order to win. And so now, talking about Twitter, I want to kind of start covering one of the most important tools, in my opinion, when it comes to trading these meme coins. And that would be the Twitter monitor. As you can see, it's right here on my left. I have this right next to my new creations at all times, because basically what happens is things are going to get, we have all the really important Twitter accounts followed and tracked on this Twitter monitor. And what you're going to see is they'll update in real time when these tweets go out, and depending on what it is, not everything becomes a meme, but depending on what it is, you will see it start to get posted right here. So when something really kind of viral or has really viral potential gets posted, you want to really be on the lookout for the first creations of it. For example, that Luigi coin that I just showed you, that was basically a Twitter play. Everyone was waiting for his name to get announced because he'd been detained for a little while and nobody knew the guy's name yet. And then once the name was official, that's when the coin started getting spammed in new creations, and you kind of had to find the right one. And other things will happen too. Sometimes like a really crazy animal article will pop up, or Elon will tweet something. Maybe Elon will tweet out a dog with a name. You will definitely see that here, and it will probably run like crazy as well. So it's very important to be paying attention to this Twitter tracker. If you guys don't already have a Twitter tracker, which I'm going to assume that you don't, go to the description below. There is a Discord link there to the Top Blast Discord. That's a Discord that myself and a few friends have started. It has access to a bunch of different free resources and tools. At some point, some of them will become paid. I just want to give you a heads up. Right now, everything is completely free. Every single other Discord is charging for these tools upwards of $200 a month right now. We wanted to create this as kind of an opportunity for people who are newer in the space and not necessarily willing to spend a lot of money yet to get access to these tools. Give them a chance to actually try the tools out for free for a little while and start to see the value of them before we end up having to put a little bit of a price on them, as they are quite expensive. Talking about thousands of dollars a month basically to run that Discord. So at the moment of making this video, it is free. There will at some point be a low charge just to basically cover our expenses. There will still be free stuff in there, but some of the more expensive tools will definitely have a little bit of a charge on them. Just want to give you guys a kind of full transparency heads up on that. But again, right now it's free. Go join that Discord. You go down to the, let me pull it up actually here for you guys. If you join that Discord, so this is the Top Blast Discord, you can see there's a ton of different stuff in there. I'm going to make a whole different video kind of explaining all the resources, but come down here to bot alerts, Twitter monitor, and then as you can see right here, you've got the same exact thing that I've got over here. I just like to create a separate tab for it so that I can keep it right next to my new creations tab here on BullX. Now, you obviously don't have to join our Discord if you don't want to. If you'd like to go find a different one and do that, you're more than welcome. But definitely you do want to have a Twitter monitor from whatever Discord you decide that you want it from. This is easily one of the most profitable tools that you can get your hands on inside the meme coin space. Now, the next most important tool that I want to put you guys onto is a good wallet tracker. Now, there are a bunch of different options for this. I personally use the Potion wallet tracker. I think this is the best one. I think it's got the cleanest UI. I think it's the easiest to use and set up. And it is extremely fast as well, which is important. And basically, the wallet tracker just does exactly what you think it does, what it sounds like it does. You can add wallets, whatever you want, name them to whatever you want, and then as that person is either buying or selling a token, you can see exactly how much they've bought, how many tokens they've got, what the token is, how much position they have left in it. So as you can see, like right here, Profit sold 55.2 SOL worth of this Incentos token, and he has 0% of his position left. And so his realized profit was, his realized profit was 30 Solana on that. So it's really nice for kind of seeing what people are doing, what they're getting into, how much they still have left over of it. And the really nice thing here as well is that, see, we just saw Kenzo bought this. We can click right there, click over to our BullX, and it will automatically save it to the clipboard. And we can just click right here and we can see. And then I already have Kenzo also tracked on my BullX wallet tracker, so I can see his buys here. So we can see on both wallet trackers that yes, he has bought this. And then, you know, I would then decide, I guess, do I want to get into this as well? I would maybe look into it and see what it even is. I actually have no clue. First and only pull request dog, Solana X GitHub. So I don't even know what this is. What if I just made a GitHub repo that auto deployed one of my node domains? I personally probably would not be jumping into this. I got no idea what it is. Seems really weird. The dev already sold it as well, which is generally pretty bearish on projects like this. Yeah, it looks like Kenzo's jumping out of it now. So, oh, he's okay. He saw the dev rebuy and then, okay, that's what's going on there. He saw a dev rebuy. Sometimes the dev will sell, rebuy, and for whatever reason, the coin will go again. But on things like this where a dev is required, usually a dev sell is quite a bad thing. As you can see, the dev sold and the project just dumped fully out. So, you know, if this was just a random meme like, you know, chill guy or something that doesn't require someone to run the meme, it is its own standalone thing, then dev sell would not matter. In this case, this was like a GitHub project or whatever, and so dev sell is generally going to be bad there. But you can see how the wallet tracker works. This is one of the other best ways for finding new coins or coins that are getting a lot of attention at the time that maybe you didn't spot. So when I combine this is usually on my other monitor, so you won't be able to see it, but I will keep that right on my right monitor here. I've got my Twitter tracker here. And so when I'm scanning, I'll just see, you know, do new tweets come out? Or normally I would have a little ping when somebody buys or sells something. I have it turned off, obviously, for the sake of this video. And so I can look over and see, oh, a bunch of guys that I track are buying this. What is it? Copy the CA, come over here, click and go over to the token and actually see what they're getting into and try to see if it's something that I should be getting into as well. Because the most important thing with these meme coins is the faster you get in, the better. As you can see, even with this, you know, this is not a very long time from where people started buying. So we could have seen, if we were on our wallet tracker, we would have seen Cupsy buying down here. We would have seen Incentos buying a little bit here. He obviously sold some for profit pretty early, but we could have at least come over and taken a look at this coin down here, like 70-ish K. And then it was only a matter of a few seconds really before it started running, and it had already gone to a 10x, like almost a 10x just a few minutes later. So it's very quick. That's why the wallet tracker is really important. If you see a lot of people starting to jump in something, maybe you haven't seen it, it's going to draw your attention, and you want to be getting in as fast as you possibly can if you decide that you're going to get in. Don't just blindly follow, obviously. Now, again, there are a couple of different options when it comes to wallet trackers. Like I said, I use the Potion one. There's a link down in the description below that will take you to the Potion one. It is paid. I believe they have a free version where you can track up to 5 wallets. I track a lot more than that, so I pay to use the service. The link down in the description will get you guys over to the storefront for that. Now, the last really important thing that I want to cover in this video is alpha chats. I think that these are some of the most important things when it comes to trading meme coins, when it comes to finding narratives early, getting into these coins early. And I personally usually have about 4 chats open. That would be Top Blast, Yogurtverse, Shocked, and Potion Alpha. There are a bunch of other ones you can get into. I'm also in a couple of Telegram chats that I'll scroll through as well. I don't think there's a limit to how many you should be in. I definitely think you want to be in at least a few. There's too much stuff going on in this space for you to be able to see everything. So the more eyes and more like-minded individuals that you're kind of like working together with, the better. And there's no downside to this really either, because obviously if you're sharing a token with a group, or a group is sharing a token with you and you're getting in kind of early enough, the more eyes that get onto this, if it's actually a strong narrative, the better. It's the better chance you have of the coin actually blowing up, right? And then all of you start to make some money from it. So I would recommend checking some of those groups out. I'll leave a link down to all the ones that I personally am in down in the description below. I can't leave the ones for the Telegrams because those are private groups that you can't actually get access to. But there are a bunch of paid and free groups that you guys can get into. Find a few that you think you like and try to kind of fit in and see if maybe people are making money in these chats, and then start spending more time in there, start learning, start asking some questions. And you can start making friends in these groups and then actually have people to trade with. I think it's really important to not trade alone. Obviously, sometimes you're gonna have to just trade alone, especially if you're just starting out. I would recommend trying to get a friend or two at least who are willing to start doing this with you and start learning with you. If not, then one of these groups is probably your best bet, and trying to just interact with people a little bit, try to make a few friends and start finding some people who you can trade with, because the more people you got on your side, the easier it's going to be, the faster you're going to get. You're going to learn so much quicker as well, and start finding these meme coins way faster. And that's how you really make the insane money in this space. I wanted to keep this video pretty simple so that it was really easy to understand. I do plan on dropping a new video soon that kind of goes into all the tools and resources that I use and goes a little bit more in depth on them, so you guys can start using those to the maximum potential. But hopefully you got some value from this video. Enjoy your holidays, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.